Here we are again, another Friday in lockdown. Hope you're coping okay, you and yours. I hope you're safe. At least the sun is shining, so that's something, isn't it? Cheers you up a bit. And it's spring, of course, which means there's pretty things popping up here, there and everywhere. And we're allowed one exercise. The exercise is important to me, as I'm sure it is to that dog. With Parkinson's, I need to keep exercising. I find it's the best cure, really. Well, it's not a cure, is it? Best way of coping with the symptoms, yeah. So I need to keep exercising. We're living here, which is quite a remote village, really. And we have around here what's known as a block, which is a 1.8 mile circuit, which I use for my exercise. So I thought, well, perhaps we could do it together today. Provided we keep our 2 meters apart, we should be alright. And we'll go around and have a look, see what we can see. With spring around, got to be something pretty to have a look at, hasn't there? And we'll see if we can pick up some nice scenes on the way. Are you ready? Right, we'll start off around here and down there. The road here is widened to put the estate in, and you can see down the bottom goes back to the original width. Early spring growth here, bright acid green. Nice celandines here at the side of the path, complete with wasp. These guys are past their best nowadays. Beautiful when they were out though. Remains of a Cotswold stone wall there, which is not so much out of place as you'll see a little bit later on. More like the remains of a Cotswold stone wall these days. Then of course these fellows are everywhere. Nothing stops them, does it? Along with these fellows. The old road as was, heading down to the T-junction. Off down here. This on the corner we reckon is the old brewery. Dates back to the time when there were 5 pubs in the village. Of which that was one. Farm across the road, sort of centre of the village really. Thank you. Let me go this way. Another one there. It could have been stables, could have been another pub. Dates back to the 1700s when there was a ferry across the Severn rather than a bridge, so to get traffic hold-ups and have somewhere to spend your time. Chimney on the end, keep the old boiler boiling well. You could probably date this from the bricks if you were clever enough, which obviously I'm not. A beautiful play of shadows across the lane here. Not lovely. We've got variations on nettles here, look. There's the original. There's the pinky one. And there's that one. Anybody know their nettles? Then there's the cow parsley. That'll be everywhere before long. Oh, alright then. Somebody wants to get in on the act. And now we start to climb. We've got some beautiful primroses to look at on the way. And pretty. And now it's this time of year. There are places around here which this is a whole carpet of blue. We'll have to make do with this, which is probably good enough. Yeah, just about out. Just about out when I'm taking this. Oh, a little bit more shadow across the lane before in a moment we'll be bursting out into the open uplands. Oh. Puffing and wheezing. A few more bluebells against the skyline, kind of. Out from under the trees now, but still climbing. This is why these guys are so successful. Everything at the moment is just emerging, just coming out, and this thing's gone to seed. That will probably have spread seed and got another crop before anything else gets going. And the result is, right, puffing and wheezing to here. They look out over the countryside. Crop on its way up. The alpaca herd grazing quietly. Oh, we've got the lily white legs out today. Now this stretch of road is an enigma really. If you look from here, looks from all the world as if it's rising to the horizon. So from here we have to go up. If we go down the other end, and this is about as tight as it gets, as you've still got a good 2 meters passing distance here if you meet someone coming the other way. So having got more or less to the end and spin around, and you look that way, and it looks for all the world as if it's rising in that direction. It's got to be one or the other. I've threatened to bring a watering can full of water out here and see which way it flows. An enigma every time I see it. Still can't make my mind up. Look at these fellows in the hedgerow. Beauty for free, isn't that lovely? Coming up to the crossroads, and we're going to turn right. Actually it's a T-junction, not a crossroads, but you know what I mean. But before we do, let me show you this. I've heard lots of explanations in the village about what that is. Thought to be the base of a water tower, but I think it's got military connotations. There you can see centre screen, the inverted arrow and a T of the War Department. So I'm going for some wartime lookout defensive position. Could be, because it is on the T-junction. Quite a good view, mind you. I can't find any references to it. Okay, on we go. This road fascinates me. To me it has all the look of a Cotswold lane. Now, I don't know why, it just looks that way. And in fairness, the Cotswolds aren't that far away. Pan round to the right, they're what you're looking at on the horizon. Just about make them out. We passed a farm in the village. There's another one there. And as we progress along our road, look what we got here in the hedgerow. It's an old railway sleeper. Now, what is the story behind that? Served its time on the railway, I guess, some stage. We'll take the right-hand turn here. If we pause on this corner just a second, there's the next farm. Then on the opposite side of the road is that. Not many farmers can afford concrete posts, preferring a hedge or a wooden post with barbed wire. That is in the same field as that structure we were looking at a short while ago, which I think supports the prospect of that being something military. They can afford concrete posts, taxpayers' money and all that. I love this prospect as well. The road just kind of, well, disappears really, diving down. And then slowly, slowly, it emerges again. Grand. Then down the bottom we've got another farm. In actual fact, it's two. Wigwood Farm is on the left, Town Farm is on the right. And of course this harks back to the days when horsepower was all you had. And you needed lots of farms because it took several days just to plough one field. Whereas now, of course, with modern tractors, you can do several fields in a day. Hence why some farms have gone, some have been converted, and some like this were now diversified into a woodyard. There's certainly a fair stack of wood there. Potential film star here, come to see what we're up to. Right, we'll descend the hill then. There you get the opposite effect of the road disappearing over the horizon. There's a photo there somewhere. An old lane dating back hundreds if not thousands of years. Like so many roundabouts, I guess. I don't think that old boy's going to be around much longer. Well, that's a handy place for a postbox, isn't it? Blimey. You could come out in your nightie and post your letters in there, nobody'd know. So, do you remember that Microsoft screensaver? The one with the rolling green hills in it? That's what that always reminds me of. Looks like they've gone in for a little bit of weed control, knocking the tops off. Lovely. On the road ahead, with a glorious line of poplar trees. Looks a lot like autumn colours, but that's fresh growth. All casting beautiful shadows across the road. Majestic, isn't it? Country scene. All on his own. Fine looking beast. Now, without wishing to be too intrusive, that's the old school. Now private dwelling. Just look at all the pear blossom here. Well, that's seen better days. Again, not wishing to intrude, this is the old vicarage. Who said the church were poor? Some more beautiful pear blossom. Look at that there. Arriving at the church. Now, if you compare this to the photograph I took a few weeks ago, it was certainly a different scene then. Right, pause the video to read. Look at that majestic beast. How lovely. Pastoral scene. Right up to the crossroads. Looking at what is normally a busy road. That's Gloucester. That's Tewkesbury. So up there is home. What we're missing from the video is gambling lambs, isn't it, for spring? So I think there might be some down there. Let's give it a shot. Past these magnificent trees in spring foliage. I should know what they are, but I don't. Blossom on the move. A regular snowstorm. Just before we go look at the sheep, look what I found. Acting as a gatepost. It's an old sleeper. Still got the holders for the clips on it, which secure the chair. Isn't it amazing? So that's a modern equivalent then of the old sleeper, the wooden sleeper, this time done in modern concrete. Well, we're not doing very well here. There's certainly no gambling going on. I can't quite make out from here whether that's mature lambs or sheep waiting to lamb. Well guys, you can't win them all, can you? I hope you've enjoyed the walk around my little circuit. If you did, it'd be nice if you could subscribe to the channel, click like, and if you share it, well, that's just brilliant. Do what you can, and I'll catch you on the next one, though we're not quite sure when or where.